Hey everyone, it's Ariana Pierce from ArianaPierce.com, and I am enjoying my fall in the beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. As you can see, we don't have on any coats, but it is a little chilly, but I'm still enjoying it. I can't complain at all. Some of you may know that Shaquille O'Neal hosts the All-Star Comedy Jam every year at the All-Star Game. And so this year, back in February, I sent my team over to that event because I wanted to get a special interview for you guys from the headliner comedian Capone. Now this is awesome. This is going to be amazing. This interview is all about making it, how he became a comedian, and even if you don't want to become a comedian, there are still tips in this interview that will help you make it in whatever field that you want to be in. I wanted to hold the interview until the DVD came out, but check out this inspiring interview from comedian Capone.
What's up, y'all? It's the gangster of comedy, Capone. Matter of fact, y'all got to know me. It's just Capone. And you're watching billionairesclub.com. And me personally, I'm going to give y'all some keys so y'all can hang out with me. Peace.
I knew I grew up in the projects. They partied first it started with Sweet 16. Then they started having younger babies in Sweet 2, Sweet 4. Had somebody from England that lived from Africa and a white guy that knew too much good.
We're here with Capone, and he has an incredible story about how he came up from nothing, overcame adversities, and we're just going to talk with him. He's going to tell us how he made it, how he got to this point now, and where he wants to go.
Well, I don't want to sound like a religious person or anything fake, but definitely a very spiritual person, and I would like to say I put God in charge of all of this. And sometimes it takes you to know that as an individual, you have to learn that there's a stronger entity.
Right.
And throughout the course of my success, I definitely have put a lot of stuff away, like anger. I've put a lot of other things away as far as jealousy.
Right.
You know, because in this business, you can become jealous of somebody else's success. And throughout the course of letting God handle everything and just guide me, I've accepted my blessings, and here I am today. Twenty-something years ago, I've always been like the class clown. Mm-hmm. And I was always the guy in the barbershops that snapped on people. And one day, I snapped on a guy named Rob Bradley, who was a big promoter in New York City. And he didn't find me too funny, and he thought that comedy that I was doing wasn't comedy. It was just, being a smart mouth.
It's wrong! I'm yelling, so you can't wake no. I was ready to smack him. What? Who is it?
So he told me if I thought I was funny, bring it to the stage. Mm-hmm. And at the time that I was going to bring it to the stage, being that I was a drug dealer, I kind of didn't make it to the stage.
Wow.
I wound up getting locked up. Mm-hmm. And but for some reason, out of all the things that I've done in my life, I felt that was something that I had to do. Mm-hmm. The date came by and I was in prison, and I remember it clearly, and I was like, wow, I was supposed to be on the stage this day.
Right.
And it sounds a little corny, being that I was a drug dealer at the time, a fearless drug dealer, but my heart was into performing. And so as soon as I got out, I reached back to the guys that promised me that they would put me on stage, and unfortunately it wasn't Rob who put me on stage, but he passed me over to some local promoters named Dev and Lisa, and they put me on, and that was my first show, and I never looked back since.
What's up, y'all? You be like, you don't turn that music down. Listen. I'm trying to.
I think the streets have given me the name Capone, being that I was a drug dealer. But of course, you listen to the Richard Pryors, you listen to the Eddie Murphys, you listen to all of those guys back then, but I wouldn't say that I duplicated any of their style. I mean, I admire them, but the people who who gave it to me to go out for my dreams was my grandmother. You know, my grandmother saw something in me that I don't think that nobody else saw. She would watch like the Fresh Prince and things of that, and she would always say, that's supposed to be you on TV, you know? And so I never really took it as serious as that, but actually she was right, you know? And sometimes those people that give you those little pushes that you don't really accept be the pushes that you mainly need to move forward. And so I would have to say, out of anybody who inspired me would have to be my grandmother.
Up to you holding your girl hand. Hey lady, how are you doing? You like money, you don't see me with her? My brother, I am not talking to you. If I don't say nothing to you, don't say nothing to me. Mind your business. Now, like I was saying, lady, how are you doing?
Well, the first thing that I had to learn was to become more humble. I was a very arrogant dude, very cocky, and my arrogance came from two things. One of the biggest things was being shut down by everybody else. You know, for a guy to try to just fit into a different world that he knew nothing about, and they pushed me out, which, I mean, I'm a street dude, and you push a street dude too much, that street is gonna come out. So to prevent me from doing anything stupid or something that I might regret, I had to show them through my talent. And by my talent, I had to just strive and make a way for myself. I created my own avenues. Until this day, I don't really deal with promoters because I feel that if I got the money to put up for a show, these people are coming to see me. And why should I help somebody who has no talent, that really don't believe in me, that would just put up their money so they can gain more? And it's a challenge when you believe in yourself enough that you are willing to risk everything that you have just to see if people will come out to see you. So with that being said, the avenues that I have created with the belief in myself, and yes, it has brought me financial growth, and I've opened up other businesses, but the main business is me. I had to develop a big thing within myself to believe in myself enough to put all my marbles into the table for me, and this is the outcome. The success is there. What I didn't know was being humble. And I had to learn that because after 20 years or 15 years doing this, you feel that everybody should know you. But on this tour, I learned that nobody did know me. So being that I'm in a place now where it's a real team, I had to learn to become a team player. So with that being said, I'm just thankful. I cannot express my gratitude and my humbleness of moving forward. The thing that I would say to a comedian, and I say it to my friends that's comedian, I say it to new guys that are my students because I teach class as well. And I want to say this from my heart. If you grab that mic, have something to say. I can't put it no other way. I won't sugarcoat it. I get so tired of guys having the opportunity to touch a mic and move forward and a chance to really become something, because that moment is there and it's never going to come back. And that's it. There's nothing else. If you're a comedian, you consider yourself a comedian, don't touch that mic unless you got something to say. You know, there's so many things that we surround ourselves by being negative, and negative is just a frame of mind. You know, as long as you let people tell you what you can't do, as long as you allow people in your circle that does not motivate you or move you forward, you're going to always be in a standstill. It's so easy for me to sit here and act arrogant, but that's not me. I will not be something that I'm not. I've learned to be thankful. I've learned to be humble. And I'm not just saying this for the camera. This is what I feel. This is deep in my heart that God has given me a second life to be, you know, some of the things that, you know, I'll even get personal for y'all. I've been with a woman for 13 years, and for that woman to move forward out of my life was a hurting feeling, but what I have embraced now is something that I've never felt. So to sum that up, for somebody to move out of your life that you've been with, it seems like it's never going to be another path to move forward to, but that path that I have now is just something that is remarkable, that I'm smiling about it, because I know now that sometimes you have to let go. You have to feel the pain in order to grow. And right now, I'm growing.
Well, there you have it, making it tips from comedian Capone. So make sure you take those things down and remember them so that way you can apply them in your life. And also I have the DVD right here, the All-Star Comedy Jam from Shaq. And I just want to give a shout out to Shaq and say thank you so much for letting my team go backstage. Thank you. I appreciate the passes. It was awesome. They had a great time. I wish I could have been there because they were coming back telling me about all the great things that were happening, how they got to meet people, backstage passes and everything. So thank you so much for allowing my team to be back there. And of course, for my viewers, make sure you go out and get the DVD. If you enjoy comedy, make sure you get this DVD. And I will be back with more interviews on Making It with your favorite celebs on my blog and on my site. I just want to say thank you to Shaq, thank you to Capone again, and thank you for checking out this video, and we will be back soon. I know